15 of June 2025. This predictions, fictions, predicted, etc. Name Suriname politics or politicals election Coup Deel 2. In the year 2025 in Suriname by Mr. Deoram Jagru, also he or I wrote, etc. it on the 15th of June 2025 of this story by myself and my or his website name is dejagru.com and me or I Positive Reality System International Political Party by Mr. Deoram Jagru going to look into these stories to see some of them happen or happened and fix it as soon as possible. With the help of they are from 99% people starting from the age of 9 years old up to 99 years old people in Suriname and etc. people. And and not to forget to subscribe to support my political party, all rights reserved forever, from 15 of June 2025. Continue. The government special people can give a printing press people to print the voting paper, also to make the boxes to which the voting paper must put in by the voters. The printing press people, they can print or printed more than 75% more voting paper. That will be total more than 175% voting paper. Also to make the boxes for the voters when they vote to put their voting paper inside it before voting times. The printing company or people or some of them going to start to vote to which political party they want and put it into the voting box. They can give somebody to do it too for them. They will distribute the empty box and voting paper all over the countries when the voting times finished and before they or them starting to count the vote, the printing press people are going to take the lawful voters box or some of it and they will put the non-lawful box with the non-lawful voting paper inside it. And the security people and etc. people agree with this story. In many more ways, they can do the criminalities too. So the voting paper systems are not good. And I was the president of Suriname, I will give the government only 3 months by president power. No, my 3 months, my president power. and later on it can be 9 months more. Now they are forming a government or try to, and to put Mofrau J.G. Simmons to be the president of or for Suriname, as yeah, as what them say or said. All the judges, also magistrate, also other people too in Suriname and etc. people must put Mofrau J.G. Simmons and all the government people who are agreed to form the government or they want to be in the government and work for works, etc., behind bars. If they all was agree for with all both criminalities or most of it, also join him too in that time for to do or did all kinds of criminalities, etc., to most people in Suriname and etc. people and other countries people too in 40 years time. Number one, how many people they kills or killed over 40 years time or agreed to kill, etc. Number two, how many hundreds of billions of US dollars they thief from the Suriname people and etc. people in 40 years time, and when and where are the money? Number three, how many thousands of trillions of colones they thieves from also Balasar, Oplector, etc. Suriname people and etc. people to thief the money in 40 years time. How many, number four, how many hundreds of billions of euros the thieves also Balasar, Oplector, etc. to the Suriname people and etc. people in all forms and ways to thieve the money in 40 years' time. Number five, how many hundreds of billions in currency in US dollar the thieves also Balasar, Oplector, etc. to the Suriname people, etc. people to thieve the money in 40 years' time. Number six, how many trillions in currency of US dollars of lumbers, wood, etc. they make or made people take or smuggle out of Suriname. Also, Oplectarai, Balasarai, thieves, etc. from the Suriname people and etc. people in 40 years' time. If one company took 1 billions worth in US dollar per year in lumber, wood, etc., and thief out in worth 10 billions of US dollars in worth in lumbers, woods, etc. for 1 year, then 40 years time will be 10 times 40 equal to 400 billions in USA dollars smuggled out of Suriname. In in word in word going out of Suriname. That is only one company. It can be the one company. It can be the one company. Sorry, one company can work for 10 years. Then the next company take over for 10 years. Then the next company take over for the next 10 years. And the next company take over for next 10 years. Number seven, about 3/4 trillion of US dollars of cocaine and etc. drugs in what are smuggled out of by by certain people out of Suriname. Per year in 40 years time it will it it will equal to plus minus 30 trillion in US dollars in words etc. smuggled out of Suriname. So all all military, all policemen and etc. people, whoever works in the government of Suriname continue for 9 years time or straight 9 years time, they work from now on. They are no work for them. Also, they will not get money, etc. Never in no form from the government, etc. people. And this vote and this working story are also for all countries, people in the whole world too, because they or them in the criminalities or help killing innocent people, thievings, smuggling, taking money, etc. from the government, telling the people that they are working for the government while not. Number 8. How many hundreds of trillions in currency of US dollars worth of gold, diamond, and other minerals thieves out, smuggled out and from Suriname by people in 40 years' time. Number 9. Over 1 trillion of US dollars in worth of fish or of all kinds of fishes, etc. Uh, every four years smuggled out of Suriname by people in 40 years time will be 10 trillion of US dollar in worth of fish, etc. smuggled out of Suriname. Number 10. Over 1 trillion of US dollar in worth of art, oil and gas, etc. every 5 years smuggled out of Suriname by people in 40 years time it will be 8 trillion of US dollars in worth of art, oil and gas and etc. smuggled out of Suriname. Number 11. Also, plenty more things must investigate too. It too, yeah, is the best to put all these common government people in Africa for 100 years, but not in Guantanamo Bay. If they are convicted, the President Chandrika Prasad must be the next 5 years with with a new vice president. And Chandrika Prasad over 98%. He must work in 5 years time for Bauta regime, Brunswick and etc. party people. Santoki must look up to lock Santo must lock up all these people, but he don't have the full power. If he wants to do, then Brunswick going to leave him then the government breaks down. So Santoki is a loser, but he knows the bigger and biggest criminals, etc., people in and out of Suriname. Number 12. All the taxpayer and etc. people in Suriname and etc. people must put them tax money and etc. in their own bank, and it must name taxpayer cooperative bank society, and all the money and etc. belongs to the taxpayer, and they must use that money etc. and not tax money for tax, and no tax money or taxpayer money must go to put inside the government people bank etc. And all government people who are getting tax money etc. are not in this taxpayer system. Number 13. And this tax money etc. story also for all country people in the whole world too. Number 14. The Suriname people wants to know how many or around amount of money etc. their government people in Suriname lend in 40 years time from people out and inside Suriname, also companies, etc., and where they get that, and where they get and how they get that money, and how that money, etc., spent in details, and how many or amount of money, etc., they must pay now in May 2025, and tell the people in Suriname, etc., that the fair pay party people told the Netherlands people, you all must build Suriname as you all build Netherlands before we will take independence for Suriname. Now in the year 25 we will take full independence for Suriname and build Suriname as Netherlands in all forms and ways by ourselves. Suriname going to be in next India, and all Indian people in Suriname, etc. people, you can be Muslim, Christian, or Hindu must come together and together and check all the criminalities in Suriname and see that Suriname becomes in next India, and the government people must stop making new project and start fix the old project, etc. Number 1. The color of the Suriname flag must be changed. Must be something like India flag, and the Suriname money name must change, and the money must name rupees, and the Indian language must be the ruling language in Suriname. It can be Hindu or Sanskrit language. Also all street, roads, etc. Also ocean, rivers, creeks, trenches, canal, etc. in Paramaribo and district Paramaribo will get Indian names. It can be Hindu or Sanskrit language name. Company will Comavaina will get 70% Hindu and Sanskrit name, and the rest 30% will get Urdu or names. Maravina will get 75% Hindi and Sanskrit name, and 20% will be Urdu language, and 10% will be Bush Negroes, Bush people language. Sanskrit, Saramaka, Komavaina, Nikeri will be 80% Hindi and Sanskrit language, and 20% will be Urdu language. And the rest of land and places, etc., will be 90% Hindi and Sanskrit language. And not to forget, Suriname is a Indian land or Indians Hindu land, and the name Suriname going to change to Indian Hindu names, etc. More words must come into this story or prediction, fiction, predicted, and it can be right or wrong, true or a lie. Yes, true or lie. Coup Deel 3 coming later on the 16th of July 2025. I am going to read and also made a recording, also a video of this story by myself. And that is today. And my name is Mr. Deoram Jagru, all rights reserved forever, on the 25th of May 2025 from my website named dejagru.com.